So listen, most guitar players don't struggle because they practice too little. It's because they put too much variation to their practice. They don't drill down deeper. So check this out. Okay, it's exactly what we're gonna do. 2 chords, 2 areas of the neck, 2 string sets. Simplify, less variation, drill deeper. Now, in the comments, I linked a playlist to a brand new podcast I started. I can't believe how many views and how many of you have come on board that are new. Welcome, love you guys. Stay here, let's keep learning, getting better together. Check that out. So one of the things I talked about is constraints, okay? So let's get right into this. I'm gonna show you exactly what I did here. 2 chords, 2 string sets, 2 areas of the neck, just 1 scale, all right? So let's go back to the point of view. You're gonna love this. I promise, I guarantee you're gonna be better by the end of this, okay? If you put this into practice. All right, so first chart, back to point of view. We have a D5 chord, okay? Let's move through these first 2 chords pretty quickly, but I'll show you why. Now, 1 chord in the middle of the neck, simple, power chord, D-A-D, D5 on the A-D-G string set. You see that red box around the string set? That's called the Eddie box. Thank you, Eddie. That's how we organize ourselves. All right, let's move into the second chart, okay? We're gonna break this down, then I'm gonna show you the money move, the classic rock move. This is a first inversion. This is essentially the D chord again, but with an F sharp in the bass. It's a first inversion. We won't go into the theory, just want you to be aware, okay? Remember what I said. This is about less is more, going deeper with what we're doing. Constraints. We're constraining ourselves to 2 parts of the neck, 2 chords, 2 string sets, 1 scale. All right, now let's just go right to the third chart. It's linked in the description. Grab it, okay? Put it into practice. Now, you see that red note E on the A string? And again, you see how we're on the same string set, A, D, G strings. That's just a way of holding our thoughts together. Think of it like a file system, all right? Now, what we do is we go from the D power chord, okay? I'll just kind of give you the nuts and shells. We hit this red E, we slide up to the F sharp, and then hit the inversion. So the way it would look, and then I'll break you down how it's a simplified rhythm as well. Remember? Constraints, simple rhythm, just downstrokes except in 1 tiny part. So here's what I'm doing. I'm essentially doing 1/8 notes. 1 and 2 and, okay? Again, 1 and 2 and. No metronome. I want you to internalize meter. Feel it. Feel the groove. When I hit the red E, I hit it on the downstroke of 3. And as soon as I hit that, I slide up, and then I hit this on the upstroke. So 1 and 2 and 3 and. So on the and of 3, I'm hitting the A and D on the D and G strings, okay? On the 7th fret, that bar. So watch. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, you guys, I know you guys know that classic rock move. This is killer off of the E and A when you have the root and you got like a power chord. So watch. 1 and 2 and 3 and. And on the 4 and, that's when I'm going to transition into the next chart. Let's look at that now. It's a G bar chord, okay? Now you can, if you want, if you have struggle with bar chords, you can simplify and go to the G power chord, okay? So again, constraints, staying in the middle of the neck. Now we're on another string set, only 2. We're on the EAD strings because we're using either the G5 chord or you can do the full bar. But again, you're gonna see why it's on the EAD string set, okay? So if we go back to the beginning, watch this real slow, I'll count it off. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and now we're almost done with this lesson because we got 1 more tiny variation. The only thing you can really do is don't do 4 chords, don't do 5 chords, don't do 3 scales all over the neck. And I'm guilty, I've done lessons like that. I probably will down the road, but I'm always gonna tell you, less is more. Even on this lesson, if you just do the first part and that makes you a better player, boom, you've won, I've won, we've all won. We all wanna get better, okay? So let's go to the next chart. Now this is a G major scale. And the reason we're doing it here is because I have it on the same 3 string sets. I have it on the EAD string set, but look, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, okay? We're going deeper. Now, think about it. The beauty of this is like one of our tiny musical pillars, and I talked about that in one of the podcasts. In fact, I did another video about a week ago on this. Tiny musical pillars. This could be, well, I have a G bar chord right here, a G bar chord or a G5, and right there, I've got the same root. I've got the G chord, a scale right there. Why don't I just use that? So, 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? So you see what I actually did in that intro was I did a combination of this D5 sliding into the inversion. Then the first time I stayed on the bar chord, or you can do the 5 chord, and I just got the rhythm tight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? Then the second time, I went same thing. Just think like a songwriter. You're creating music, you're creating musical pieces. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you see what I did there? Then what I did is I riffed a little bit inside of the G major scale. Now, I didn't go up here and do ripping E minor pentatonics. I didn't do any E minor pentatonics here. I put constraints on. Or you see what I'm trying to preach to you here is like, and look, I can't believe how many comments I got from you guys from the podcast, but if there's one common thread I noticed, it's you guys all agreed, like, oh, you're right, I always bite off way more than I can chew. I've been playing for 2 years and I'm still stuck, and there's no reason. You can do something like this lesson right here, and what's gonna happen, it's gonna rewire your thinking of how to approach your practice, because podcast 1 is you need systems in place. Tiny musical pillars. Tiny musical pillar 1, D5. Sliding into an inversion, pillar number 2. Pillar 3, G chord. Pillar 4, G major scale. Same string set, simplified. Okay, do you see what we did there? We're about the 7-minute mark here. We don't need to go deeper than that. It's too much. So let's put constraints on this lesson. Let's be done here, okay? I want you to grab the ebook. I want you to take these frameworks, these tiny musical pillars, and have fun with it. Okay? Because now what's going to come into play is your musicality. You're going to start sounding like you. But this is where it starts, okay? Agree, disagree? Drop a comment. Check out the playlist to the podcast. We're going to drop them every Wednesday at 9 a.m. And we're just going to keep having fun talking shop, but then going from those talks in the podcast to the actual lesson so you can see what the heck I'm talking about. All right? Share. I love you guys helping each other. So you guys are amazing. Drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Don't stop, because the only person that can stop you is you, and you're not going to stop, right? No, you're not going to stop. All right, see you in the next video. Peace.